My name is Mary Corkery, and I am meeting here with Dr. Curtis Cain, the new superintendent of the Rockwood School District. When you were a student, since you're going to be superintendent, what kind of activities did you do, like sports, extracurriculars, stuff like that?
First, I want to preface with I'm really excited to be here, and I appreciate you taking the time this summer to sit and talk with me. Secondly, I'd like to preface, it was a long time ago, but I did a number of things in high school, and what I actually learned is that the more I was involved, actually the better I performed in terms of not only engagement in school, but also academically. I ran track, I was a wrestler, ran cross country, and was involved in a number of co-curricular activities as well. Science Olympiad, all kinds of academically focused things. What it means to work within the frame of a team is really, really important. And so that not only works in a school setting, it works in the world of work, it quite honestly works in family. It's really an important set of skills to really learn, to master, to improve upon as well.
Speaking of family, what would you say that your family dynamic is like growing up and nowadays?
You know, my parents did an amazing job of setting the example, not just telling us, but just showing us what they meant to each other, what we meant to them. Always knew they would do any and everything for us. Something I found is that you may or may not know this, but there's a good chance you're slowly becoming at least one of, if not both of your parents. It just happens.
Is self-care something you would consider a priority in your life?
Educators pour so much of themselves into what they do on a daily basis. The key is you can't pour out if your vessel is empty. We have to find a way to take care of ourselves. Otherwise, we can't do the work that we're called to do with students and with other staff members as well.
Are there certain hardships that you've overcome in your life?
A multitude of hardships, right? Personally, professionally. It builds character, it builds humility, it builds grit and perseverance. What you see as bumps in the road are all a part of the journey that ultimately lead to you having the ability to choose the path that you're going to pursue, whatever that looks like professionally. But it's all for a reason. And we don't always know what that happens to be, but it's absolutely always for a reason.
What kind of advice would you have to students or staff in the district who are struggling?
Don't try to do it alone. If the pandemic's taught us anything, we stand better, and I'd say we actually stand best when we are collectively working to support each other. You never know the power of just taking a moment just to genuinely check and ask the question of how are you? Really taking just a bit of time to see how an individual is doing. We also have other resources that students and staff members have access to, but just know we can overcome whatever the struggle happens to be. Not any one individual, but we collectively can in fact do that.
How do you feel with how far you've come looking back at where you started?
That's a great question. I have found that the superintendency is not about you. It's always about the team. It's always about kids, students, young adults, and supporting what they're ultimately doing. I would say I'm proud of kind of where I stand at this particular point in time, but fully embrace and encouraged by the fact that there's more work to be done. And I'm excited about the fact that there's more work to be done.
Thank you so much for taking your time to do this interview. We're really excited to have you at Rockwood, and I hope to see you around soon.
Mary, it's my pleasure. I look forward to seeing you here in the hallways.
Thank you.
Have a great year. Enjoy your summer.
Thank you, you too.
All right.